Oh god, okay, right. What I'm doing right now is licking bits of Twiglet off my fingers. However, when I've done that, I'm clearly not ready for this. I think I just had a heart palpitation as well. It's good because I just have to watch a bunch of animations happen now. Yep, here, okay, it's happening. This is my first ever Spelunky Daily Challenge video, and this is, just lay down, get up again, why don't you do that, mate? My second challenge is my first attempt to record a thing and put it on the internet, and I think it's gonna work. What happened with the first, I didn't want that to happen. It's basically a disaster. I don't want to mess with a stone head, so let's work out. Let's go down here. What happened with the first one was I did the first one and I came in the top 1,000 people ever on the internet, which I don't know if that's good or not because I don't know how many people play it. The main thing is I came above most of my friends on my friends list. And, oh, piss. The only thing that's important in life is being better than other people. So I got off to a good start. Yep, thanks. And now I thought it might be good to, because everyone else is some people are doing it, occasionally people are doing it. Some people I know are doing it. Pip is doing it. And Rich Stanton is doing it. And I don't know Rich Stanton, but he followed me on Twitter and he said some nice things about me. And that's really the only criteria I need for friendship nowadays, is some form of sycophantery and internet stalking. Don't do that. Right. And so far this level's gone well. What I'd like to do with every Spelunky play that I do is have a particular subject that I'll talk about while I'm playing. And what I was going to do, my frame rate has just fallen through the floor for no apparent reason. And we're okay again. What I was going to do is I was going to talk about Spelunky for the first Spelunky, because I've been playing Spelunky for a long time, but I won't do that. This is like a refresher screen that tells me everything I just did, in case I forgot, which I haven't forgotten, so we'll skip that. So instead, what was I saying? Right, yes, no, I was going to talk about Spelunky for the first thing, because I've been playing Spelunky for a long time. But, oh, that was close, that was a bit risky. But today's actually Freddie Mercury's birthday, so it seems kind of fit. Get on the ladder, thank you. Seems kind of fitting for me to instead talk about that, because it's an occasion that has presented itself and I just need to put a bomb in here, and so I'll do that. The great thing is talking about it, I haven't actually even started the subject yet. There's a spider. Okay, that's good. Let's get under cover and we should be okay. That probably is, eventually is going to hit but, oh god, what was that noise? That's amazing, it didn't even break the shop. That's brilliant. Yeah, so anyway, so the occasion presents itself. So let's talk about that rather than just rambling. Since I was very small, I've been a very big fan of the band Queen. And what originally happened was when I was about 7 or 8, I heard some of their stuff on a tape that my dad had, and then I basically stole the tape. And I played it until the tape did the thing that tapes used to do in those days, which is just got wound up in my tape player. And was effectively destroyed and unusable. And I never really thought about it again because I didn't listen to that much music when I was young. And how am I going to do that? Oh, that's fine. You know, it was something that I enjoyed doing, but I didn't think about all that much, and I didn't miss music in my life. And then when I got to the age of 11, Freddie Mercury died from HIV/AIDS, and as I understand it, could potentially have just put something like pneumonia on his death certificate, but actually chose to tell people that he had what had killed him, which at that time was very controversial, and AIDS was, oh god, still something that was not known about. What am I doing? Quick, get up there, quick. Right, we've got to, there's a way to do it. There's always a way to get around the ghost. All right, it's fine. Yep, and that's the type of thing that I do a lot. He could have just not mentioned it to anybody. And back then, you have to understand that the late 80s, early 90s, it was a thing that you heard about, but you didn't really know what it was, or you didn't understand enough of what it did to people, or how people caught it, and it was very much associated with gay people and with gay men, and the homosexual lifestyle is the kind of phrase you might have heard back then in certain newspapers or from particular politicians. And so a lot of people thought, oh well, you know, it's not relevant to us because you know, we're not homosexuals and we're not bad people, which is still how homosexuality was seen then, and to some degree still is now. And of course that kind of ignorance was exactly the sort of thing that caused people to not realise that you could get it from other stuff like blood transfusions. So, you know, our ignorance as usual got us off to a kind of a bad start. But what happened was Bohemian Rhapsody was re-released, and oh, I hope that didn't land on the pug. It did, didn't it? Obviously it did, because why wouldn't it? Ah! Just don't walk into it. Ah. Just in there, in the hole. Yeah, the pug, there's no trace of the pug. This is actually going to be really hard because I've got no ability to focus. So don't watch these videos, they're going to be terrible. That thing's gone off, hasn't it? Yeah, I really wanted to kill that. Is there... Yeah, no, I'm not messing with that. Not messing with anyone now. Bohemian Rhapsody was re-released and then got to #1 again. And I thought, okay, you know what? I'm at that sort of age where everyone's starting to buy music and get stuff. And I think on my Christmas list I put a Queen album. I thought, you know, I'll ask for one, and maybe I'll like some of it because I remember listening to them and quite liking them. And what happened was I absolutely adored it, and I remembered it better than I thought I would. Oh, cripes. That surprised me. And then what I just did from then on was I bought Queen things. When I was that kind of age, sort of 12 or 13, you could only... I would buy something around my birthday time, or I'd get something Queen related for my birthday or Christmas, and that was it. I had not really any spending money. I just got occasional sort of bits of money as gifts. So very sparingly over the next few years I collected all kinds of Queen stuff, and collected more and more, and got more and more excited by them after picking up... Oh, I've got an email. What? Alright, don't get to focus, Paul, focus. Focus, because there are bats. I started off grabbing some greatest hits things and just, as I say, adored them, and then just went through their catalogue and kept finding stuff that I was really impressed by. And still am to this day. Do I want... There's no reason to go down there. It's just a bad time waiting for me. Do I want to go up there and get the chest? I've got some ropes. Let's use the ropes. That's what they're for. They're for fun. And I just kept being impressed by them. And I have certain particular things or favourite members or reasons to be impressed by them that I might go into another time. But let's focus on Freddie Mercury today. A lot of people still don't know that Freddie Mercury wasn't born in the UK. He was one of those immigrants that everyone hates because they come to this country and, you know, do useful things. In this case, make lots of other people in the record industry rich. And because of his background, he's been claimed as the first Indian rock star, the first Iranian rock star, Zanzibar's first rock star, and obviously, you know, one of the greatest British rock stars anyway. What's also not necessarily as well known is that though he, I guess, fairly overtly expressed himself as being homosexual, although I suppose in the 70s everything was a bit fluid, he did have a long-term girlfriend for quite a while, and for a while I think seemed to be happy with her, but perhaps his sexuality became more apparent to him, and they became incredibly close. They remained incredibly close friends, and she inherited his a lot of his estate after he died and looked after it, I believe, including his enormous Kensington mansion. Have I got to the jungle? I've got to the jungle. I'm not even thinking about the game. This is bizarre. It's just giving me a list of stuff that's happened that... Yeah, no, I know I killed... Because I was there, I did it. I remember. It was seconds ago. Oh, this is where it's all going to go. Ah, why? I should have just picked the guy up and thrown him off. What am I going to do? There's no time to hesitate. Have a quick look around there. No, let's just take the money and run. But yes, he remained very good friends with her for quite a long time. I don't think people ever... The thing with Freddie Mercury in interviews is he wasn't massively keen on... he wasn't massively keen on them, and never did that many of them. He was very, very early on... Oh, secret door around here somewhere. He was very early on burned by the press. And I think Queen as a whole were. And he didn't feel... particularly interested in doing interviews. So I don't think he really answered very many questions about his personal life or how he felt about his sexuality or what he thought of sexuality generally, which is interesting, I think. What are those things? I don't know what those red things are, and I don't like them, and I think they're really sinister. I'm not going to get back if I go down that, so because I need to use 2 ropes. Or I need to use 1 rope. Let's put the rope back up here. There's a rope there. Right, okay, let's do 1 more. I mean, I suppose his actions to some degree spoke for him. I do wonder, you know, initially how he felt, what his response was in that 70s period to, I suppose, discovering his sexuality. But I guess he was letting his actions speak louder than his words. Ah, no. Oh dear, you see what's happened there? Is I'm trying to do the thing to get into the thing, and he doesn't get off the thing because I'm playing with old Spelunky controls still in my head. And you know, he's not getting off the thing because I can't, because of the rope and it being level and it going, no, you can't go, yes you can, no, and it's just fiddly, right, well, it's the middle of the night, so not many people have played, so I'm in the top 150, that's not going to last. I feel like I've disappointed you, I feel like I've disappointed myself, I feel like I've disappointed Freddie Mercury, who'd be 67 today, who grew up in West London, which is where he eventually met the other members of Queen. He grew up very near Brian May, although I don't think they met each other for quite a long time. This is just some, yeah, I don't know why you're still watching this now. You know what, I've got twiglets stuck in my throat. I'm going to have some more twiglets. And I'm going to stop this video. Yeah.